Welcome to the live stream. Let's double check here and see. Looks like we have good audio. Welcome, everyone. I am back from my trip. I am slowly resting up, but it is great to be with you again tonight. We have lots of stuff to do tonight, so thank you for joining me. If you have not said anything in the chat yet, please give everybody else a hi. Give me a hi if you like to share where you're from. I appreciate that as well. And we'll get into the chat here in just a second. I wanted to give you just a little overview of where we're going tonight, how long we'll be on the air. So hopefully about an hour, 15 minutes tonight. I do have a bunch of stuff here over my shoulder. So we'll talk about that here shortly. And we'll talk a little bit about why that's been added to my toolkit. And then also we're going to look at some conversation about my trip, some pros, some cons, some things that I learned, things I wish I had done differently, and interesting shoot in Dallas, Oregon. And we're going to talk about that as well here tonight. So thank you so much for joining me. And if you have not subscribed and you can't chat, that's because we have subscribe only chat on. And if you just subscribe, you can chat in just 1 minute after you've subscribed. And if you don't want to say subscribe, just unsubscribe after the live stream. And if you're watching this delayed, go ahead and put comments in the videos here on YouTube, because I'd love to get your feedback on any of the things we're talking about tonight, because we are going to talk about the Foldio kits and all the things that you can get from them, and maybe even look at their website. We'll see. And then we're going to talk just a little bit about this trip to Dallas that I just took last week to do a video shoot, and who I did that video shoot with and for, and interesting trip. So we will talk about that here in a second. Let's put chat on the air here. Get a mouse that works here for the chat. And hi to Freddie, who is on nice and early. Hey, Freddie, it's good to have you. I did post a video here on my channel. Freddie had made a suggestion that I should do a packing for my trip video. So that's here on the channel. So if you'd like to see all this stuff laid out in my garage, a quick shot of it all piled in my SUV, you can do that. And that's a shout out to Freddie. And I gave him a shout out in that video as well. So I do have some other footage from behind the scenes. I just haven't been able to do much with it. I have one video almost done, and we'll talk about that a little later tonight, but it's great to have you, Freddie. And then he said this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing that as well. Not going to talk much about Dometic, but we are going to talk about Solar Pro, and that will be a little bit later. So thanks for that comment, Freddie. And then good to see you, Hank. And also Camille, all the way from the Netherlands. DJ Ware from Texas. Doug is here. Good to see you, Doug. David just popped in. At least I just got the message. It seems to be slower on my Wacom-1 tablet than it is on my phone. So try to keep this handy, though. I am going to tether this tonight. I have my tether ready, and I'm actually going to not do Apple TV tonight. I'm actually going to tether directly to the phone. We'll do that later. Right now, I am going to use my phone just to keep up on the chat. So hi back to you guys. Hi back to David. And so lots of guys here tonight have their own channels. So please subscribe if you haven't already and check them out. We do want to support this channel. I want to support the YouTube community and appreciate them. I get a chance to learn and grow from all of these other YouTubers, and I really appreciate it. It's part of the reason why I do YouTube. I do more live streaming now than I do posting videos, which I know doesn't help build the channel, but I'll try to do more than that. My personal business here out of the house has been growing, and more things are happening, so that limits some of my time for producing videos. And a lot of that has to do with RVs and not always shooting, so it's not necessarily relative to our conversations. So, okay, well, we'll see you later, David. Thanks for dropping in. I hope you do watch it later. It's going to be a good live stream. If you'd like to know about some of my research on light boxes for shooting products, that's going to be in tonight's live stream, so make sure you check that out. Also, I'll be doing an official unboxing of this gear. We've already shot that video, except for one item, and Dominic and I will be shooting that. So that's going to be on this channel as well as the other channel. But I am going to talk about this stuff, and you're going to see some of the things before I even put the unboxing videos here on my channel. So thank you for tuning in live, and that's a bonus to being a part of our Tuesdays live streams at 4 o'clock here on the West Coast. So I appreciate that very much. It looks like I am caught up on the comments. And again, I was not live last week, so I apologize for that. I did pull into town in Dallas, Oregon, missed packing something, had to turn around after being gone about 20 minutes, and which is the good news, 6-hour drive and turn around. So that cost me just about 50 minutes. So I didn't get into Dallas, Oregon until about 3:30, 3:40, check into the hotel. There's no chance of me getting on live. I also had to go over to the Cithy Park and take a look at it. And so I had lots to do on that Tuesday evening, and that's why I wasn't live. But I did post that video on Wednesday, so I hope you guys enjoyed that little video of me packing for the trip. So awesome. Anybody else in the chat that hasn't said hi, please say hi so everybody else can appreciate you and say hi back, as well as where you're from. And again, it's always good to have you guys with me live. And if you'd like to share this with your friends, your community, go ahead and do that. Obviously, hitting the like button super does help the channel, super does help. And so I appreciate that as well. So let's take chat off the air here, and let's talk just a little bit about this Dallas trip. And I will pop up a couple slides here. There is a shot of me unpacking my gear. There's my SUV. And the reason I have this photograph up is I want to point at that back tire. What you're seeing there is a brand new tire. In fact, if you were to walk around my SUV right now, you would find out that I have 4 brand new tires. Yep, the opening morning, as we were loading in the trailers, I think I have kind of a faraway slide here I want to show you guys, give you a little bit of the behind the scenes. So this is just at the edge of the park, peeking through as we were getting set up. But you can see that this is about 40 yards to the back trailer. And I was parked clear across on the other side. There's a nice river that flows in right across the road from where I was. And so again, I ended up getting ready to pull over on the grass and get ready to do the shoot and unload. I was shooting for the first couple days for Go Power. They're a Canadian solar company, and now they're putting solar panels on all these RVs built at the Forest River factory in Dallas, Oregon, as well as other factories on the West Coast. And so they flew in. I was going to shoot them talking about some of the products that are available for customers that may want to add things to what they already have on the particular trailer that they decide to buy, as well as what's on the individual trailers. So we had 5 reps, 5 different product lines, all travel trailers from the Dallas factory. All the fifth wheels are produced back in Indiana, but on the West Coast factory in Oregon, they produce travel trailers. So we had 5 trailers there representing 5 different lines, and all of them had some type of solar, either prep, solar panel on the roof. And so that's what we were talking about. And so the 5 reps took us through their RVs. I also recorded that, and those will be videos of them talking about what's available, different features, as well as what's available solar on those RVs. And then these Solar Pro videos will supplement questions that people have about the other things that they can purchase as well. And so that, again, this tire and all other tires, because I have an all-wheel drive SUV, my tires were a little over 5 years old. I knew I needed to replace them. And so I walked up to my SUV. It's about 8:15, 8:20 in the morning. It's time for me now to pull over and start unpacking all my gear and get set up. I was going to be using my DJI gimbal as well as a couple different cameras. So I needed to get all that stuff sorted and organized and ready to shoot with the GoPro people flying in from Canada. They were due in around noon. At least that's the plan that particular morning. So we had a lot of things that we were going to do between about 8, 9 o'clock and noon when they got there, some photographs, shoots, and all that stuff. But to walk over and find out that I'm in the parking lot, I'm 200 yards at least away from where I need to be with all my gear. And I look down and sure enough, there is a flat tire, completely flat. Now, one of the things we noticed when we pulled the trailers in, because of the rain, it was a little soggy. And so the ground was strong enough for us to go on it, but it was a little soggy in the morning. And I noticed that Steve, one of the reps' truck, who was pulling all 5 trailers from the factory, which is about 5-6 minutes away from the Cithy Park in Dallas, Oregon. And by the way, shout out to the Cithy Park for allowing us to be there. We were there from Tuesday morning all the way through to Friday around 11:30. I think the last trailer left. So I had to go across that park, and there's no way with a flat tire, completely flat, I was going to do that. So I'm supposed to be over on the grass. I'm there early, which is a good thing. And long story short, I ended up calling Les Schwab. Again, shout out to Les Schwab in Dallas, Oregon. They came over almost within 5 minutes, filled up my tire. I followed them back. They checked my tire, found a screw in the sidewall, mysteriously there, and tire completely flat. That's not repairable. So I purchased 4 new tires from Les Schwab there in Dallas, Oregon. And within about an hour and 15 minutes, I was back at the park. Well, the plane ended up being delayed from Canada, the connection flight. So we had extra time. So we had plenty of time. So I got brand new tires day 1 of my shoot. And you never know what's going to go wrong on a shoot. And I try to always be prepared. But how are you ever prepared for a flat tire? And the spare was under all of my gear, and I wasn't going to unload it in the parking lot. So the only really, and the spare tire I have is one of those 50-mile-an-hour spare tires, so it's not going to be a long-term solution. So I just felt like I would get this handled, get over to Les Schwab, communicated with the team there in Dallas, pulling trailers, and was able to go over and get everything handled at Les Schwab and back to do the shoot. And then by the time I got there, found out about the hour-and-a-half plane delay, so we had plenty of time to get set up and plenty of time to get the RVs looking good, get the grass off the tires. We even waited until the ground dried, and they had just mowed, and so there's lots of grass cutting. So Steve actually brought his leaf blower, so he actually blew the grass clippings all the way to the other side of the trailers, and we had those trailers again in a big U shape. And you can't really quite see it from that angle. Here's a little better angle. You can kind of see the U shape, and then this peak from behind the tree gives you a better idea. So 5 different trailers there. Me pulled right in the bottom of that U, and I did some shooting. So did lots of video footage. I prepared to show you guys a little bit of that footage tonight. Again, nothing colored, nothing really edited yet. I just dropped it into Premiere Pro here. Let me share my laptop. Okay, that's not my laptop. Go into SuperSource here. See, yes, it is my laptop. Okay, well, perhaps I need to share my laptop. One moment. For some reason, my laptop's not shared. That's what happens when you take it on the road with you. So I got to share it with that screen. So let me do this. Okay. Sorry about that. So here is some footage. I'll just scrub through this. So I had two cameras. This is one of the representatives from Go Power in Canada. So he's talking about batteries right now, the different types of batteries that you can use with solar panels. Then this is the little DuraCube that I wanted to talk about. This is a little portable 2-outlet power bank that you can hook up to solar panels. So they're putting together a kit for me, and I'll have one of those and a solar panel. We'll talk more about that because it's just nice to have something to take around me and not use batteries when I'm out remote shooting, so I can plug in my monitor and my camera into this, and it's just a great solution. I have a little portable battery that I use, but nothing as powerful as that with the monitoring capability. And then here's one of the solar panels. This is a 200 watt. That's not the one that I would be using. So more things on the table. These little converters that are inside the RVs. And that's the big inverter right there, 3,000 watt. And they have all these available. Here's parts and accessories. And we talked about these. Here's the accessories inside the portable solar panel that I'm planning on getting. And there's a picture of that later. They're not in order. There it is on the ground. So I will have one of those and then the battery bank, and I will be set. So I can set that outside and be able to recharge the battery. That has USB outputs on it. So does that solar panel. It has one of those inverters on the back. So here it is on the table where he's kind of doing a demo and the different accessories that come with it. And so we shot all of this. There it is again on the ground. So just some behind the scenes footage, guys. I wanted you guys to see this. So this is what I was doing for a day and a half, is shooting these product videos for them. And then if all works out well, they'll be sending me some things to unbox. Probably will not unbox those on my channel. We'll see. I'll be unboxing them for them. They would be a client and I would be doing some of those unboxings for them. And we'll see how that goes because they do understand how important unboxing is. And again, I like this little DuraCube. Again, it's by Go Power. You guys can Google it and look it up, but it's a cool little device and I'm pretty stoked about getting that. So that's kind of a look at behind the scenes, some of the footage that I shot. Again, I haven't colored it. I haven't done anything with it. I did provide all that footage in files for the Canadian company so that they can start editing it as well. And then we're going to collaborate on a couple of projects that will have the Forest River walkarounds in them. And so I'll be using some of the footage. They're going to use it specifically just to promote those things on the table. And again, there was about 8 to 12 different items on the table, maybe probably more than that. I only dropped a few of those clips on the timeline tonight. But anyway, so if you have any questions about Go Power, again, you can Google it. They are a solar company, been around for a long, long, long time. And they distribute all of their accessories through distributors here in the United States. So there's plenty of Go Power stuff available in some of the RV catalogs you'd find in a normal RV dealership. So it's kind of that world, even though they do make other things as well. They make everything from little portable solar chargers for an iPhone to different type inverters, different type batteries. The stuff that they have is pretty incredible. So we think of batteries now, we think of the different type batteries we put in our cameras. Well, a lot of that technology now, and has been for a while, has been available to power RVs or power other things. And Bennett actually co-sponsored this, and they sent over a battery-powered cooler. And so they actually had some drinks in that cooler, and we had them in the background, their logo in the background, just as a way of Go Power saying thank you to Bennett. And Bennett is, again, a major company that's evolved in lots and lots of appliances inside the RV world. So what does that have to do with my channel and live streaming? Well, it has everything to do with the fact that I couldn't be here last Tuesday and did this trip for a client, which is Forest River. And they did this collaboration with Go Power because they have a relationship now with Go Power, providing all of the solar equipment for the RVs that they are manufacturing in Dallas, Oregon. And again, some really cool RVs available there. And so that's kind of all the clips that I think I dropped in here. I think I showed you this. Here again, here's the inverters, different size inverters, 700 watt, 2000 watt, power cables, and the big 3000 watt, and then the little IC Series 2, which is their new module that they came out with. I guess I should show you guys this. Again, here is the 700 watt. Above that's the 2000 watt. I can't see what that little inverter is there on the bottom of the table. And then the cables, other accessories, that little monitor panel is their new version. So they were actually demoing it and showing it off for the very first time. So that will be in a lot of the RVs going into late spring and summer as they're built. They will no longer be providing that. So just like cameras change and cameras get updated, so does tools in that industry. So the IC Series 2 right there. I took lots of B-roll, so this is just one of many clips that I took on that table. And it was in broad daylight, so I didn't really have a way. They got there so late, we had to get shooting, so I didn't really have a way to block out the sun because it was shooting straight down on us, and I didn't want to shoot in the shade. So we went ahead and shot this. We talked about it. I showed them what it was going to look like, and they said, yeah, let's go ahead and roll. And so we went ahead and rolled and shot just exactly like we did. And again, Forest River was paying for all this. They were just stoked to get the footage, and I was trying to make it as good as possible outdoors, and you never know what you're going to deal with the sun. So if this had been a higher end shoot, I'd have taken a couple people with me. We'd have taken some more tools, and we would have used lights. We probably would have reversed the trailers and had them in the shade and then lit it. I did have some lights with me, but that particular morning, they chose that they wanted to go with the sunlight because of solar panels, sunlight. They just really felt like lighting it not authentically would have been not appropriate. So we went ahead and rolled the way we did. So, okay, let's get back to the chat here. See if you guys have any feedback or questions. Looks like Freddie popped back in. It's good to have you, Freddie. Good to have you, Joe, here in the chat. Thanks for joining me. Any questions that you guys have on this Dallas, Oregon shoot? Go Power, solar. Let me know in the chat, and I will try to answer any of those questions. And if not, if there's no questions, they don't pop in here in a minute, then we're going to talk about this stuff behind me. Any other questions? Comments? Anybody else late? It's good to have you back, Freddie. Cool. Well, if there is no other questions, are you guys using solar? Let me know if you have solar panels on your house, if you have any solar equipment that you have. I would love to hear that. Solar is growing like crazy. My son actually works for a solar company that puts solar panels on the roofs of houses all over the area. This is more towards the industry of portability as well as recreational industry that we were focused on this shoot. But I would love to know in the chat if you already have solar panels on your house or if you are using any portable solar panels for what you do. So let's see. I think also, see if I can get Freddie said, they do make a little bank for a iPhone, and so I don't have. Actually I have one. I'll get it. Where did he go? I left the room. So anyway, this is it. This is the little version for the phone. I have not unboxed it because I am going to unbox this and do a video, but it's an 8-watt solar portable power bank. So it's both. This works with phones. And again, I haven't pulled it out, but it says dual USB charging, detachable solar panels, easy to store foldable panels, built-in flashlight, and micro USB input for conventional charging. So you can charge it either through solar or conventionally charge it, but it's a power bank with solar panels. And I did see this out of the box. One of the other reps got one of these, and it was really cool. So we will eventually unbox this and talk more about it. But yes, Freddie, they do offer a portable phone solution. It's good to have you here, Jay. Sorry I missed your live stream last night, but go check out his live stream. And G. Brady Media, it's good to have you. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate having you. And evidently, you know Freddie. Jay says his friend has solar on his house. I wonder if he likes it, if it's working good for him. Okay. Joe has a similar little portable solar battery bank, right? And that's by Blue Yeti. Are you talking about the same people that make the cooler? Let us know. Are the batteries you are working with LiFePO E4? I don't know exactly. I haven't got the specs yet to look at the batteries they're using. And so I'm not quite able to answer that question, Joe. I apologize. So, but solar is starting to grow. And this is not a channel about solar, but it is a channel about live stream. And one of the conversations that I had with Solar Pro was that could I possibly, obviously I could, but could we possibly put together a kit once I get my studio built in the garage to have a portable solution or a on the roof solution to power my whole studio? So battery banks as well as solar on the roof. And so we've been talking about that. We're brainstorming. Is that something I would want to do? Would they co-sponsor it? We will see how that plays out. But at least I wanted to explore the conversation. They wanted to know amps and how much draw and how long I would be live if the power went off. And obviously, I would probably use it when the power went off, but wouldn't it be cool to not use any house power and just use solar power? And if you buy the more expensive batteries, then they will last and last and last and last and last a lot longer than I probably will have the live stream will see. So interesting conversations to have. And we're going to continue that now that we have a relationship. Good to have you, Natalia. Dones, are you from a certain part of the world? Let us know. But good to have you. You're off the grid in your house. Does that mean you have solar at your house? My friend had a 4.8 kilowatt array and loves it. That's pretty cool. And Blue Yeti is the same as Yeti. Okay, well, that answers that question. So, okay. Well, I don't want to burn up all our time tonight talking about solar, but that is the conversation. If you have any other comments or questions or things you'd like to say, again, different type batteries, different type size solar panels. The average RV gets like a 200-watt solar panel on top of it. Then they're also expandable, so you can add up to 600 watts, but then you have to have the converter, and that little converter does give you the ability to go up to 600 watts of solar. Obviously, that's way less than they put on houses. So again, you're not going to be able to operate your RV for long term using only 600 watts of solar, but you could have a big bank of batteries. And then if the power went off or you went off the grid, then the batteries would be able to keep you off the grid for a serious period of time, depending on, again, are you plugging your refrigerator? Are you trying to run an air conditioner? Because that's huge draw. And so they don't really talk about how long you can go off the grid because it really depends on what is actually being used. So lots of RVs now are going to residential type refrigerators. So they're not the old propane refrigerators. So you do need these solar panels and batteries in order to run that refrigerator while you're going from home to the RV park. Then you plug into shore power. But if you're going off the grid, then you definitely need to make sure that you have the right solar kit. And that's part of the reason why Solar Pro was working together with Forest River to start that conversation and make those type videos available so that reps and salespeople across the country could share those videos when people start asking questions. And I guess you could actually have a live stream just about solar for RVs, and I'm sure you would get lots and lots and lots and lots of views because that is something that's growing exponentially right now in the RV industry as well as on houses. So pretty cool. Good to have you from Puerto Rico. LiFePO E4 is a new battery tech that can have thousands of charges and cycles. Well, they definitely have batteries like that because they talked about how many cycles, and it is thousands of cycles that they can have. So the technology is getting better and better and more expensive. So keep that in mind if you're going to go for any of those batteries, but it makes a lot more sense than just continue replacing batteries as long as you maintain them and you have the right equipment hooked up to them, because if they are more expensive and they do fail or you do blow it up, then you're in trouble. And again, most of these batteries have to be vented. They're really not supposed to be inside a closed space, and they have to stay at a certain temperature. So again, you have to keep all of that in mind, as well as I am, if I decide to go this direction. And the biggest reason I'm considering this whole concept is I believe that solar is growing, and I do want to be a part of the conversation when it comes to having a home studio, using solar, both portable, my portable kit, and what could I do in a home studio to have solar as a backup as well. No, I don't have solar on my house. I don't plan on doing solar on my house, but my mother-in-law next door does. So she has a whole solar system, and she's powering her house off of solar quite often. And so we're studying that and learning about that to see if that's something that Shannon and I want to do. But I do like the whole studio idea as well, because the power can occasionally go out and I won't have to worry about it, and I can stay live for hours if I have a big enough system. And I have lots of things powered. So laptop, PC, 2 extreme ISOs. I have my Rodecaster Pro. I have my studio monitors. I have my lights, 5 lights going right now. And then I have some things on batteries that need to be recharged. And so if I go through here, I have a subwoofer plugged in. So there's just lots of things. This monitor, that TV, the overhead lights. There are all kinds of things plugged in and monitors that need to be HyperDecks, all of that. So I need to have a way to stay live if I want to stay live if the power fails. So again, that's the end of that conversation. Let's move on to let me just pop this still up here. Let's do it this way. Slideshow and me, and I'll drop this still image here in here. So you can see there, Dominic and I did some testing and unboxing of this Foldio kit, and I'm going to get it out of the box here behind me in just a second. But I wanted to give a shout out to Dominic. We bought our first 1/6 scale figure Can't share anything about that yet, but it is on the shelf right there with plastic over it. And we've started our video of that device. We still have to unbox this piece right here, which we're going to talk about together, and then finish a couple little things to wrap up, and then we're going to edit that video and use it to launch, hopefully as close to the new Spider-Man cartoon movie, and which features Miles Morales, the character. And so hopefully we'll be able to do that. That gives you a little hint of what we're up to, and not going to give you any really good clues of what we're doing. Oh, did I put... Oh, let's just switch to that. So again, Dominic, shout out to him, my grandson. We're going to have him on the show here as we get ready to release that. So he's the reason why we're doing this, though this will be used for both my business and my wife's business, as well as these 1/6 figures that he's going to have on his channel, and I'm helping him build that YouTube channel, which will be a lot of fun. He's 13 years old. I've talked about it before. We won't spend a bunch of time talking about tonight, but let's plug my phone back in. See if we can get this to come live. My overhead camera timed out. Stand by. Okay, that is live. So what I can do here is I can go to Filmic Pro, and I'm going to give you guys a quick overview here. Let's do this view right here. So this is the power that I got to hook up, so you can see it both in that view and this view. So you got the power supply in here. I already have my extension cord right there. These are backgrounds. I've ordered all of their backgrounds. We'll look at those in a little bit. But because I have my back turned, I want to give you guys a little bit better view. This is actually the Foldio Foldable Studio. It's out of the box. The box is right there, but it's empty. And then right there is the 360 Turntable. Right here is the Foldio 360 bonus kit, which has a bigger turntable that goes on top of that one. It also has a background in it. And then I have over there the Halo bars that came with the kit I bought. And then I bought another set of Halo bars right here. And I know that this is portrait, and that is portrait. Let me find that. It's portrait for a reason, because I'm going to be showing you the app here in a minute, because all of this is intelligent. So let's go back to Mina logo. So what do I mean by intelligent? That means the turntable actually is intelligent. So let me change here to camera 3, and we will set some of this stuff down for right now. That box is empty. We're going to need this. We're going to need that. This is going to stay for later. And let me unbox this. Let me just put this together real quick. Bang. Together. So now it is put together, behind me, and you saw how quickly that went together. Let's get the power adapter out. And the power adapter has a couple things. So let me just get going here. We already did an unboxing, but I wanted to do this live. So I apologize if this is boring you. And I am going to switch over to my other mic here. Check, test, a little hot. That way I can have my back turned. Okay. That's the wrong cord. European, I think. US cord. I think that camera's, yeah, it's focused. Check. Still got audio. Try not to talk too loud. Okay. So you have the power supply. Then you got a remote, two-sided. So halo bars on one side and the overhead lights on the other side. Then I've got to plug it in or it won't work. So there's the light. You're getting a couple different views. So we'll leave it right there. Now we'll get the halo bars out. And what's a halo bar? A halo bar is this. These are two lights that you can put in the foreground. And I have an extra set with an extra remote. I have not unboxed those yet. Then you just have this Y cable and it plugs right into the remote control. So we'll get this Y cable out. So we're going to Y, and these have magnets in them as well, which is really cool. So let's say you want to stick them on the edges. There you go. Stick that one on that edge. Plug this in the remote. Now I have halo bars. So now I have both the overhead light, sorry about that, the overhead light, and then I have the other light, and we'll switch to camera 3 so you guys can see that. So camera's a little exposed, so I'll bring that down. So there's the halo bars lighting up, and then the overhead lights lighting up. And if you're wondering about those overhead lights, there are 3 bars of lights. Right there you can see them, I believe. So you have a bar across the top and a bar across the bottom. And so, of course, you would feed those halo bars through the sides. Right now, just for time, I'm just throwing them up because I'll put those in the front like this. And that'll give me the ability to light up what's in the front. So let's switch back to this camera view. And now we'll get out the turntable. Again, this is intelligent turntable. It works with the app. Intelligent turntable. It works with the app. Sorry about both microphones being on. And we'll take this out of the box. Comes in plastic. It has a power cord as well. So we're going to grab that out. I've already done the adapter for the US. So I'm just keeping things in the box for storage. Again, Dominic and I have already had this out. We've already used it. We already tested it, and it is pretty cool. So we're going to take this out of the plastic. And it'll Bluetooth. I can connect to my phone. That's why I tethered my phone tonight, because I need to attach to this. You have a plug-in right here. And then next to it, if you hold this plugged in, you hold this button down for 5 seconds, then little button, it'll go into just spinning mode. So you don't have to use the app. You could just use it as a display. And then it has a light right here. And this is really cool because this light is designed to light up the background, and it gets rid of this back line when you're shooting product. And that's always a challenge because the light hits this, creates a shadow. This little light right here gets rid of the shadow. And I'm going to demo that now. Get the phone out here, see if we can get it to connect. You just select the device. Let me share this. Just selecting the device right here. Take you back through that step. So on the bottom here, when you open up the app, let me hold this up. When you open up the app, you just hit this select device. It finds it. You click on it, and there you go. It is set. So I could go left. I can go right with the app. So not only can I can control how fast it spins, how far it goes, all by this lower section here. And then the cool thing is you can set this then on a tripod and you can take images. So you can light this up. And then on the very bottom here, you have the halo bar in the back. So this is lighting up that bar in the back. Let's turn these lights off so you guys can see that. So see the light in the back coming on and off, and that gets rid of that shadow. So you can set that right here from the app. And again, I am dragging my thumb right here, and that's making it more or less bright. And you can see I could go 90 degrees if I wanted to, and it'll go all the way around 90 degrees and then stop. So you can program this, it's intelligent, but the coolest thing about this is you go into the menu and let's do a video around. And then I'm gonna hold this tonight because I don't have a tripod set up. So let's go over here and I'm gonna shoot. Okay. And now I can hit play. And if I had this on a tripod, it does the roundabout. I can also do a photo, panoramic, and it is just a really cool device. So what I like about this, and let's turn these lights off because my camera is set to auto ISO and it's seeing that light box behind me and sees it as a light, and it readjusts because I have it set to auto. So not only can you use this to do video rounds, you can do it for photography rounds. So you can pick how many shots. It's just a really cool tool. So now you have a turntable with an intelligent app that goes with it. And then with the lighting technology, you can then take these photographs and you can edit them and bring the light up or down to make it a high key photograph. And it's pretty incredible. I'll show you a finished 360 photograph that we did. And I can just hold my thumb down on this and spin it right in the app. So a little sneak peek of what is to come for mine and Dominic's channel. So we wanted the technology to be able to do these high-end photographs and be able to do products. My wife has some products that she has available on her site. I want to add some products here on my YouTube channel and open up a store on my web page as well. And so it will be really cool eventually to have this tool. Now, I don't just want the white background. It does come, and I don't have the background in right now, I apologize, but this is the black, and this is the white. And this white has magnets on it, and it magnets up here. So you don't see all those lines when you normally have it set up. This goes all the way across the background like this. So it Velcros in and gives you that high key look. Again, there you have it. And then you turn the lights on. Turn the halo bar. For your guys' camera, that's overexposed, so I'll bring it down a bit. But that gives you an idea. And I could position these lights up here if I wanted to. So however I wanted to use it, and again, because I have the exposure set for that camera, you're getting a little bit of me out of exposure, and that's not quite exposed as well. So just turn this and put this over my shoulder. So not only do you have the ability to use this for video surrounds, you could do just still photographs if you wanted to, and then they're ready to upload. So they're all produced inside the app. You can add brightness and stuff to the app, and then you could bring those in if you wanted to into your editing software and add even more. But that's kind of a real quick look. And then again, I did buy the other backgrounds. So they have 3 different kits with backgrounds. Haven't even unboxed these yet. They arrived while I was out of town. So there's the 3 colors. They come right here, or 4 colors are in there. So there's green, orange, like a beige. Can't quite see it. And then more backgrounds. Again, they have 3 different sets that you can get. It comes with a black fabric and a plastic. These are all plastic. So here's other colors right here. And these are more textured backgrounds. So I'll open these up. So these you have different textures that you can put back there as well. And I bought all of the backgrounds that they have because I believe in go big or go home. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So I have the other kit that I haven't opened up yet. Actually, I have opened it, but I haven't done an unboxing. This is the Plus kit, and it comes with a background that goes around this way, and then it comes with a bigger tabletop piece. And I'll just pull that out real quick so you guys can see it. So it comes with this piece and a reflector, because you can use it with a DSLR phone as well. So this gives you a bigger base, obviously, you'd use this for a larger turntable for the videos that are going to be rotating. You can also use the backgrounds that I purchased just for doing still shots. You don't have to do video or photo rotating shots, 360 shots, but those backgrounds are mainly for photography. So this gives me a bigger foundation. And again, there's a little reflector right there because your DSLR can communicate infrared to this little deal on the front. And when you put that bigger piece on, you have to have a little mirror, and it comes with the mirror and everything, the background. It's in the box. I think the mirror is right here. So this little mirror sets right down in front of it, just like that. So you'd set this right here, and then you put the big piece on it, and your camera would be able to still see. The infrared would be able to communicate. And again, that comes with that expansion kit, including a background to shoot at the other angle and this reflector. And again, pretty cool stuff. Lots of different parts and pieces and lots of learning. And again, like most things that you add to your arsenal, it gives you responsibility to learn and grow. And so we are learning and growing here. And I'm planning on doing that with my grandson, which I think is absolutely totally cool. So I'm going to thoroughly enjoy that. So now let's get to your questions. But chat on the air here, I'm sure this has spurred some thoughts. Okay, so I have some solar comments right here. Jackery is another big player in the industry. Also, EcoFlow. The problem is you have a roof that is already 15 to 20 years old. Putting solar on it isn't a great idea. True, because you may have to replace that. My house is 5 years old. But again, eventually, if you want to re-roof it, you got to pull the solar panels off. That's a good comment. Don't put solar on an old roof. True. I just approved a UPS batteries today and spent $859 to replace the batteries in just 5 UPS units at work. Yeah, and UPS units are those backup that we're used to seeing. We have a local battery store. You'll see them even at Walmart, different places that sell computers. A lot of time will have backups for your office. So if the power goes down, you can keep your laptop working or your PC working. But obviously, if you're running a studio like this, there's a lot more here to power. as well as, or if you're doing a mobile trailer, and Jay, you are doing mobile stuff with your TV station work, so I can only imagine. My monitor is looping. I'm not sure what that means, but hey, Akil, good to have you. Thanks for joining us. Better late than never. So we're having fun looking at the Foldio kit from Orangemonkie. So go to orangemonkie.com and check it out. This is the Foldio 3. They make 3 different sizes. This one is the one that comes with the backgrounds and the extra large extensions. So like I said, you can get a small one for little ring photographs, and they'll all fit the Foldio 360, which is their turntable, smart turntable. The app is free. Again, you can download the photographs onto your phone. They do go in special folders if you do 360 photographs. So there's lots of photographs. They all go into a folder and they produce the video for you. But you can download all of that stuff to your own hard drive. So again, you can work both dependent on the app or independent, however you want. What I love is the app is intelligent. So if I hit record for a video rotation, again, you can use your smartphone or you can use it with a DSLR. You can go to their site and see which DSLRs will work with it and what brands. And again, it's using the infrared technology built into phones. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. All this to take pics of the new batteries. That's hilarious. Yeah, well, sorry, Lieutenant A.K. Allen. That turntable, out of all my research, and I did days worth of research looking at every box. I wanted something portable, quick. I wish this was just a little bit bigger. So I wish it was not just 25 inches by 25 inches square. I wish it was more like 35. Maybe they'll come out with a Foldio 4. We'll see. That's the Foldio 3. Who knows? Interesting product. What is it and how much? Well, why don't we just let the cats out of the bag? The prices, that is. So the little Foldio 360, you can get a refurbished one for $90 right now from their website, but it retails for $139. That's United States. The Foldio with the halo bars and the Foldio 360 turntable comes for, it's $279. You will not get the bigger disc or the little reflector or the big round piece that goes right to left, which I really like. That gives you the ability to have no lines, and it's beautiful. That's an extra piece of equipment. That retails in the $150, I think, range. I'm looking here to see if it pops up. So again, you can buy the kit with the halo bars. You can buy the halo bars separate. I think it was like $39 for each of the fabrics. Again, if we go to orangemonkie.com. And I'll bring this up. So here's their website. So you have older versions and newer versions here. That's the new kind of smaller device that they have. They released, I believe, recently. So you can see it all here. There's one of the backgrounds that I just showed you. They go from bottom to top. And here's the halo bars are $32. Again, I don't think these are converted to US dollars. So you'll have to look on Amazon. But there you go. So you have extra halo bars, which I purchased. You have the different Foldios that you can get. And they even have a tripod that's designed to work directly with the system, which is really cool. I don't have that. That's the one thing I did not purchase, but that would be perfect for sitting there. I'm using my Manfrotto clamps on the end of the table. That's how we want to roll. But it comes with a ball head. And you can see the halo bars. The bigger disc is on in that photograph right there. So you can see it covering up everything. They don't have the reflector down for it. But See what else we have here. Tripod, shooting miniature figures there. Folds down into a small area like your hand. And let's go up here to accessories. Here's the expansion plate that I was talking about. So you have the reflector and you have the expansion plate. And again, these are not US dollars. I apologize. I evidently went to the wrong site. But here you can see the reflector doing its job here. DSLR can still see, and it bounces up to the little infrared. So you can use your regular DSLR to do these, or you can use your smartphone. I love it that it works with both. And then this is the fabric that goes left to right that comes with the kit. It looks like you can order the expansion plate as well. And that's what the kit comes with, the fabric that goes left to right, the expansion plate, and the disc that reflects. And that's just some of the accessories, but we won't show you all the accessories tonight. I'm not here. It's not sponsored. I'm not trying to promote a Foldio. I'm running out of recording time for tonight's video. My disc is pretty much full. But I wanted to cover a little bit about the Dallas, Oregon trip. I did want to talk a little bit about the Foldio360, the Foldio foldable white box, the Halo bars that you can get. You can add an extra set. It would just plug in with its own remote. So you could add more light. So you could have the two mounted magnetically, and you could have a two in front. You could even put two in the back. And one of the things I think that's really unique, that's really cool about this, is the fact that not only do you have this light in the back that you can see on right now to give you that halo effect in the back, but also the fact that you can hold this button down and it goes into display mode and it's rotating. So if I just want to have something rotating behind me, I can do that. There you go. That camera died. Sorry about that. I think I can go to camera 1 here, can't I? There you go. So it is rotating around right now. Why I didn't use that camera earlier, I do not know. But there you can see that it is rotating around, and then I hold that button down again, it'll stop, and then I can use the app right here on my phone. And again, the app just has all of these features built in, which I think is really cool. So again, I can select different devices if I had them. You have the menu, single shot, phone 360, DSLR 360, video 360, and then just basic turntable control. So I can set a percentage in here and I can go that far. So if I just wanted to snap so many photographs and have it rotate 30 degrees, I can do that all from the app. So I love that this has Bluetooth intelligent mode. Just if you're going to demo it, you're going to have to tether your phone, and you're going to have to buy one of these little adapters, either to Lightning, like my phone is the 13 Pro, or if you have the new USB-C version of the iPhone or a Google device or whoever you have, you just need one of these HDMI converters so that you can show that app if you want to show it on your live stream like I just did on mine. So that's kind of a hodgepodge look. We are going to wrap it up tonight. I do want to see if there's any other questions. So Doug says, need device to make items look great. Yeah, you really have to. If you're going to do an Amazon store, there's requirements for a lot of these sites. They want high quality photographs. So you need to have a tool like this. And really, it's not that expensive when you think about the investment. So if you're running a business, if you're going to be working with some clients, I plan on adding some photo clients. I've always wanted to do some restaurant photography and different things like that. So, and we're going to do some unboxings and have some really high-tech unboxings. So it's a great device. Is that the only size is available in a bigger size? No, that's the biggest one you can see right there, Freddie. And then they get smaller. And I think there's a picture here on their site. of the different sizes. So here's the different sizes. You got Foldio 1, Foldio 2, and Foldio 3. And then they have this new device. See if I can find it. We'll go back to their main page. See if it's right here. Yeah, they have this new 360 Studio device, and it is kind of crazy. So I haven't done much research on it, but there you can see it has lights in it, and it has a really nice background. So if you were doing high-end jewelry, photography, small little items, then that would make a lot of sense to me because you don't have to put the backgrounds. It would just be a high-key background, all white. And because it's a smooth surface going all the way around, you don't have all the edges. You don't need all the fabrics to stick in there to be able to get the kind of photographs that you would want to get. So, yeah, so many backgrounds and no place to use them yet. So we'll see how that goes. Good to see you, Ken. And I hope you enjoy watching this video back and the new light box. Yeah, I'm not sure why my background monitor got routed. It must be in a macro. I must have messed up when I made my macros tonight. So that's a great question. Joe is asking me how I heard about this company. Because the company that Forest River was using raised their prices. They did research. They found this new company in Canada, and they decided to work with them. So I heard about Go. I heard about Go Power by my relationship with Forest River because I did my shoot with them in February, and I've known the guys at Forest River, the reps, because I sold RVs for years. So I've met some of these reps. Some of them are new, and these reps sell to dealers, and then they also come on to the locations and do training. So I was trained on their particular product, and now I'm shooting for Forest River. It's one of my clients, and I'll probably do 4 to 5 shoots a year, and it's a good relationship. And they wanted to do this shoot in conjunction with Go Power. So Go Power flew in. We all met in Dallas, Oregon, and we worked together for 2.5 days, and then they took off, and then I worked with Forest River for another day after they left, and that's how I got acquainted with them, and enjoying the relationship now. So, okay. So it looks like that's it in the chat. I hope you enjoyed me spending more money of my own money and buying these tools again, because I want to invest in this new channel with my grandson, Dominic, and we'll give you guys more information when that's going to launch. You saw a couple sneak peeks of our first product. It was in the still images when I had my Foldio app open. And then I showed you the rotation of that figure, Miles Morales, and we'll have more about that with Dominic here on the channel later in May. And that'll be fun. And we'll talk a little bit about launching his channel, what the name of it is, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. That'll be the second half of that show. We'll continue to look for new tech and hopefully bring some of that into the studio. I'm doing research right now on wireless handheld microphones for a number of reasons. And so I am going to be doing some talking events where I will be providing the microphones, not just lapel microphones like you use for most video shoots, but I want a good quality handheld. So I'm doing research on that. So once I pull the trigger on that wireless microphone, I will then bring it in here to the channel. We'll talk about that as well. But tonight, there you have all of the Foldio stuff. If you want to get the Foldio version 3, you pretty well saw all the accessories with a few exceptions. And again, you can get a whole halo bar set if you just want to get something like this. If you have your own white background, you just want some foreground lighting, you can just buy this. I love that you can buy the turntable, Foldio360 separate. You can buy the halo bars with a remote control separate. You can buy any size of the boxes, or you can buy these kits and save some money as well. So I love that. And obviously, you saw in the cover photograph, that if you want a cool black background, they make it as well. So it's soft because it needs to be flat and absorb the light. You don't want any reflections with this type background for ring photography and things like that. And it's really cool. So that came with the kit as well. So when you buy that, you do get the white background that goes from top to bottom, and you also get this background. And then obviously if you add the kit with the halo bars, you'll get a set of halo bars, or you'll just get the kit with the lights built in. They do sell extra lights, so you can have them as a backup. If a light section goes out, you can replace those. So again, and I think they're very reasonable. This started with the GoFundMe project, and it's kind of a cool product. It's been around for a number of years now. I'm just diving in, but there's other videos out there on YouTube World about the product, including some pretty decent videos from Orangemonkie on their website. So, okay, any final questions, comments on solar, comments on white photography, high key photography of products, 360 photography, the Foldio product? I would love to address those. And if not, we will wrap up tonight's live stream and get rolling into other things that I have going. So while I'm waiting for any last minute comments, let me give you, thank you. Thank you, Freddie. Are these popping up? Thank you, Joe, and thank you, Freddie. So let's just give you an update. I had a contractor here yesterday. He's a friend of mine, and he's given me a quote on having the studio built in the garage. I have a air conditioner friend connection that's coming down some point this week, including an electrician. I had to say no to Friday because I'll be out of town, so I would have had an electrician here on Friday. So getting quotes, I'm probably going to contract a lot of this. This contractor has let me work with him and provide some labor, but I think I'm just going to pay and have it done. So right now I still have to go to the city and get approval of some of the designs I want to do. And as I get those prices and what it's going to cost and all of that, more of that gathered, we'll have another conversation in one of my live streams about my new studio that I'm building in my single car garage. If you'd like to know more about that, you can check out the videos that already been posted, and I'll put some links in the description as well for you to go look to Orangemonkie's site or go to Amazon if you want to purchase any of these things. I will have some associate links in the comments. I appreciate when you use those because I do get some kickback from Amazon as an associate, coupons that I use to purchase products like this. These I wrote a check for, but I will be using those coupons as you use them. So look for those links. If you want to get a Foldio kit, I would appreciate you using those. It does help support the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And we'll talk more about the studio in the near future, and we'll have other great things here on Tuesday to discuss. And I appreciate you guys being here with me tonight from all over the world. I appreciate that. May not be a lot of people, but all of you are important to me, and I appreciate every single one of you, and thank you. Please like the video. That will help me a lot. If you liked it, like it, and that helps the algorithm. And if you missed part of it, then go back and check it out. The first half, we talked about my Dallas trip to do that shoot. There's a video here of me packing my rig on my channel that I released last week while I was gone. And the second half was talking about the Foldio kit and the different parts and pieces of that. And I built it right in front of you, lit it up, and used the app right in front of you. So it's not hard to use, and a little learning curve when you first get the phone app open. But man, such a good app, works fine, and was so easy, really, in reality, to get up and running. So that's it for tonight's live stream. I am Keith. This is Life Journey Production Studios. Thank you for all the nice comments. And I will talk about the permitting process. I'm going to give them two plans, TVJ. One is to remove the garage and put two nice bay windows with a door in between with glass. And then I came up with a new idea for the high key screen in the back. So I'd have a high key screen and detachable with fabric and a green screen, possibly a blue screen. It's the design that was downloaded into my brain in the shower a week and a half ago. Literally saw this whole thing in my head. I've done lots of chroma key screened research, and if this comes to fruition, it might be just the perfect solution for people. Even portable, you can take most of it down and have a portable kit as well, indoor portable kit. We'll see how that goes. Mine will be wall mounted, but most of it will come apart and go in a cabinet that I'm going to design as well and have built for my studio. And so that will be fun. I'll be happy to give you guys behind the scenes conversations and talks and what I learned about permitting for this particular job, because I would like to remove the garage door and actually have an entrance door so I can have clients during the week. And then if I want to do a shoot, I can put up this portable green screen idea that I have, and it will still be a complete surround green screen. And I'll have to have it fabricated and built after I have my brother-in-law CAD design it for me, who designs airplane parts out of carbon fiber. And so he can more than help me out with that job. And who knows, we may make that a kit available here on the channel in the future. We will see. So that's it. I'm tired of hearing my voice. And with that, I'll say thank you. Again, Life Journey Production Studios. I'm Keith. If you want to have a free consult, just go to my website. I'll put a link below. If you have questions about live streaming tech and different things that I do on a regular basis, I would be happy to invest an hour into what you're doing with your live stream or whatever you would like to use that hour for. Just subscribe to the contact sheet on my website on the contact page, and then I will schedule that. I have one tomorrow afternoon with a new friend that I'll get a chance to meet face-to-face on Zoom. So I'm excited about that. Some of you have had Zoom face-to-faces, and I appreciate that as well. That's something I offer. And then I do have a program for people. They can sign up monthly or like for 90 days, and they can do 3 hours or 6 hours, whatever fits their schedule. And I help them with their live streams. And so if you haven't ever had that conversation with me, then go ahead and take advantage of that link in the description below, and let's get that free consult going. And at least we'll get a chance to meet face-to-face, and I'll be able to know you better as I see you show up here on the live stream. So I'm Keith. Thank you so much. You guys have a nice evening as well, and have a great week, and I will see you on the other side. Again, peace.